Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishnaya. First, a happy New Year greetings to every one of you. Today is a special day called Kalpatru Day in the Ramakrishna circle. Whoever has studied the life of Sri Ramakrishna must have come across a beautiful incident that happened on the 1st of January 1886. This day, because of that elevating incident that happened in Sri Ramakrishna's life on the 1st of January, this has become known as Kalpatru Divas or Kalpatru Day. What is Kalpatru? For that, we must go to the Puranas. Our great mythology says that among the Devatas, the chief of the Devatas was called Indra. Indra, at his residence, had his personal garden. That garden had one tree. That tree was not to be seen anywhere in this universe. Not only the heavens, but also on the earth or anywhere. That one tree was called Kalpataru. Taru means tree. That is a very known in Indian vernaculars. Taru means tree. But what is Kalpa? Kalpa comes from the word Kalpana, that is imagination or your desires. All our desires are primarily imagination only. How do you say that? You desire something. Is it imagination? Yes. At the time of imagination, the desires coming up in your mind, cropping up in your mind, that remains an imagination. I quote this incident in South Africa where 5 national football stadiums were constructed because the World Cup football was coming there. Now, 10 years before, they have been trying to get the FIFA to come to South Africa and we will hold a World Cup football match. But then it was only an idea. They didn't have stadium. It was an idea. It was an imagination. Many people used to criticize, oh, what is these foolish people? They are thinking they can construct 5 stadia. But it happened. One day it happened. All the 5 stadia people played and it was a very big success. Any desire to do something is principally an imagination first. That imagination can become karyanvit, as we say in Hindi, can become a possibility, a happening, due to several factors. Now, this Kalpataru, the tree that was there in Indra's garden, some imagination he would imagine, that is, some ideas would get into his mind, and to make the ideas happen, it would take years and years and years. Indra was not ready to wait. He would just go to his garden and tell the Kalpatru, oh Kalpatru, my pranams to you, I want this to be done. It is done. Immediately. So this tree was very, very a treasure for Indra. Anything he wants to get it done, immediately it can give you. What a wonderful tree it was. And that tree is Kalpataru tree. That if any one of us, you go and ask somebody and that person say immediately grants your wish, then we say, hey, you have become like a Kalpataru. You are ready to grant immediately. So that Kalpataru term came from there. Did Sri Ramakrishna become Kalpataru on the 1st of January? This is the question. It happened so. During 1885, that is 1 year before, he was suffering from cancer of throat. And he could not speak sometime. He could not get up. That was the time, when he could not even get up, when Naren came to him. Naren, the future Swami Vivekananda. He was only a college boy. He came to him and he said, he looked at Sri Ramakrishna's body. It was almost like skeleton. He lost all his flesh as if. And then he was lying down there on the cot and he could not even raise his hand. And he was suffering from the throat pain because the cancer has affected him. At that moment, Naren, who was sitting in front of him, said, people call him Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa, Supreme Swan, it is called. Why it is Swan? A Paramahamsa knows exactly to differentiate between what is right, what is wrong. A Hansa, what it does? If you take a bowl of water mixed with milk to a Hansa, then Hansa will take only the milk. The water is remaining in that bowl itself. So it can separate so well. So among the Hansas, the Supreme Hansa, Paramahamsa. So that is the title Ramakrishna had. So Ramakrishna knew what is world and what is Maya, what is Bhagavan, who is Bhat, etc. everything. So clearly. So he was called Paramahamsa, the Supreme Swan. Now, Sri Ramakrishna was lying there. Naren was thinking, my Guru is called Paramahamsa, and also there are some people like my uncle Ramchandra Datta and the great dramatist of Bengal who was called Girish Chandra Ghosh. All these people are telling he is an avatara. That means an incarnation of God. Is he or can he be an avatara? This question came in the mind of Naren, who was a young boy sitting in front of him. Immediately, Sri Ramakrishna smiled. Naren is looking at him. He just got up and sat on his bed. A man has to be lifted. That man just got up straight and raised his hand, put it on his shoulder, and is addressing him. Naren, still you have the doubt? Naren was stunned. The man cannot move his limb. He got up, sitting there, and putting his hand on my shoulder. He's telling me, do you have still the doubt? He who came as Sri Ramachandra and he who came as Sri Krishna is in this body, and he's showing his body. Because Ramakrishna never addressed I and me. That is, of course, a separate subject. How he refused to have it I and me. This I-ness and me-ness was not there in him. His ego was zero. So he used to always say, in this body. He would, as if it's pointing out to a third person. So this body for him is a third person. He would tell like that. This Ramakrishna, when he heard that, Naren was stunned. From that day, Naren's doubt was vanished. He was very damn sure at that time. Said, yes, my Guru is an avatar. That's why he later wrote, Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma surupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Very beautiful verse he wrote on Sri Ramakrishna. So, that place, that Kashipur, where he was lying there, he was suffering. Naren knew and all others knew, Master is suffering. Then the devotee started thinking, Master is suffering, our Guru is suffering. Should he not do something more? One doctor was coming and treating him, okay. But then, is there any other leading physician of Calcutta? Let us go and see him and ask his help. There was one Dr. Rajendra Nath Sarkar, who was a great allopathic doctor. Later, he was convinced about homeopathy and he changed to homeopathy practice. Many places homeopathy is just people smile at homeopathy. But I myself have taken homeopathy medicines and got cured also. There are so many cases we find homeopathy can cure some of the children's diseases. Homeopathy is the best shot, they say. So in Bengal, of course, homeopathy has been cultivated so well among all the other states of India. So Bengal had very prominent citizens who have converted themselves to homeopathy treatment. So this Rajendra came and said, don't worry, I will give him lycopodium. That's one medicine, homeopathy medicine, is called lycopodium. I will give to master, let us see whether he improves or not. So he started the treatment from November 1885. And November, December, 2 months' time, it's a remarkable change in Ramakrishna's physical welfare. He suddenly became okay, and then he started getting up, he started walking down. All these things started after getting the homeopathy medicine. So all the devotees were very happy. And now Christmas is, the holidays have come. In Calcutta it's a very big thing, It was ruled by British. So Christmas holidays were there for us. So all the schools and colleges and establishments are closed and people are making merry, merry Christmas it is. So everybody is making merry. At that time the devotees thought, now the New Year is coming. New Year day also is a holiday. So why not we go and meet Master on that day? Master is supposed to be in good condition. So let us go and enjoy the company with him. So the devotees came. On that day morning, Master did not get up. He did not come out. So they were all waiting in the Kashipur Udyan Bhati, it is called Garden House. If you go to Calcutta, please visit this Kashipur Udyan Bhati. Kashipur Garden House it is called, where Sri Ramakrishna was laying in the bed for nearly 1.5 years. And that place is surcharged with such a wonderful spiritual atmosphere. The moment you enter, you can understand it. The place is so wonderful. And there, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Sri Ramakrishna came down from his room. And he was loitering there on the road. There's a beautiful road is there, and within the campus, of course. He was loitering there. He was walking, strolling, you can say. At that time, he saw several devotees standing at different places, either group or alone. Somebody is chanting, somebody is singing bhajans, somebody is doing something like that, or somebody is talking about godly things. Like that, group by group, like they are there. And when Sri Ramakrishna got down from the stairs and walked in the street, in that road, inside road, the devotees looked at him. Hey, Master has come down. Let us go and make our prostrations to him. So they all rushed. And Ramchandra Datta was there, Girish Chandra Ghosh was there, Vaikuntanath Shanyal was there, some leading devotees, the core devotees are Sri Ramakrishna's inside circle, as we call it. So they are all there. And then other devotees also were there. Now everybody has brought some gift for Sri Ramakrishna. Most of them have brought flowers. That is the best gift that you can offer to your holy man. What you can offer to your holy man? Best is flower. And that flower, if it is kept, and he will keep it again in that shrine, and then that will be giving a wonderful fragrance to that place. So many people have brought flowers. And when they saw Master nearby, they went near him and started pouring those flowers at his holy feet. And Sri Ramakrishna stood there. That place is still marked there. When you go there, you can see that. You can imagine Sri Ramakrishna walking down and coming and standing in that place. And he stood there. And he looked at the people. Everyone is making pranam to him. And suddenly, one of the devotees, Girish Chandra Ghosh, started praying to him. And hearing that prayer, Sri Ramakrishna was half samadhi. Already gone into samadhi, half samadhi was. But he could hear what people are talking. He could half eyes closed and then half eyes open. So he could see something. So all the devotees are there. Then suddenly Ramakrishna asked, Girish, I hear you tell about me such thing like that to many people. What is that? What do you know about me? What Girish was telling? Girish was telling everyone, Sri Ramakrishna is an avatara Purusha. He is an incarnation of God. That's what he is propagating to people. And many people got offended, many people opposed that at that time. So what are you talking about me? What do you know of me? Very nice question. Because unless you know something about me, you can't tell outside. So if you don't know anything about me, you should not tell outside. That is the meaning behind it. So he asked, what do you know of me? But Girish Ghosh was a dramatist. He used to write lots of novels. He used to write lots of dramas. And he used lots of poems. So he was extremely very well endowed with the imaginative faculty. So he can create a poem straight away. Such is a talented man. The moment he heard this question, he answered. What did he answer? He should have told that I know about you such and such, etc. But he didn't say. He said, putting his palms together and bowing to him, he said, "O Lord, him Vyasa and Valmiki could not exhaust the glories, and this little mind, what it can say." How beautifully put it, you see, in a very poetic form. Vyasa and Valmiki could not finish speaking the glory of you and about you. What I can say, this little mind. What does it mean? Vyasa means the writer of Mahabharata. And Valmiki is the writer of Ramayana. Neither Valmiki could exhaust the glory of Sri Ramchandra by writing Ramayana. Neither Vyasa, by writing Mahabharata, such a huge book, he could not exhaust the glory of Sri Krishna. And this little man, what he can say about you? Now that very words immediately kindled the self-conscious of divinity of Sri Ramakrishna. When, the Avatara Purushas, they don't go and tell every day, "Hey, I am the Avatara Purusha, I am the incarnation, come and bow down to me." Like that they don't say. You see in Christ's life, very few places he shows that he is an incarnation of God. Not in every time. Other times he is very normal. He also eats food. He also does like human beings. Because the God has come in the form of human being. So he has to be like us. Sri Ram also was like that. Sri Ram, when did he show his avatara? There is a small, beautiful story in Ramcharitmanas. There is a beautiful work written by Tulsidas. I am just digressing a little to show how the Avatara Purushas at a particular time get kindled with this idea of their avatarahood and they express it. So once the story goes like this, Shiva and Parvati were sitting together and Shiva is in deep meditation as usual. So Parvati has got nothing to do, so she is looking at Shiva. But Shiva in the meditation having a smiling face. Now she got curious. Why he is smiling in the meditation? That means he is having something, he is seeing something perhaps. So she made him up. I said, "Oh Lord, what is that you are smiling in your meditation?" He said, "I am meditating on Sri Ram. And I can see what Ram is doing on the earth now. So I found a funny thing, so I smiled." So what was the funny incident happening on the earth? Then Shiva told Parvati, "Look, Ram's wife has been stolen away. She has been hijacked by Ravana. And Ram is moving in the forest and only his brother Lakshmana was left. And with Lakshmana, he is going and crying before every tree. Whatever tree is there in the jungle, he goes and stands there. 'Oh, Vriksh, what happened to my Sita? Where is she? Did you know where Sita is?' Like that he is crying. And copious tears are coming from Ram's eyes. So Lord Mahadeva says, "Look, the Parabrahman itself has come in the form of Sri Ram. Parabrahman has come in the form of Ram, and because it is stuck in the body of a human being, now it is also weeping, wailing, crying." How funny it is. That's why I smiled. Then Parvati said, "Please give me the power so that I can also see that." Okay. So she transferred the power to her and then she saw that. When she saw, she not only smiled like Shiva, but Shiva had greater bhakti on Sri Ram. But in Parvati's case, she started questioning. She said, "Cannot be. You say the Parabrahman has taken the form of Sri Ram. It cannot be." Shiva said, "Why?" Because if he is a Parabrahman, he must know his Swarupa, his natural position he knows. Who is he? If he knows who is he, why should he weep? The very fact that he is weeping, wailing, trying shows he doesn't know who he is. Shiva immediately got angry. Said, what? You are speaking in a disparagingly about my Sri Ram? You have got no status to sit with me now. Go to forest and test yourself and then come back and tell me. Now Parvati goes to the forest. She is standing in one place and thinking how to test Sri Ram. Now there must be some ways to test a person, no? Whether you are divine or not. So what is the way she can do? She thought of, Ram is searching for his wife Sita. Why not I take the form of Sita and stand beside a big tree? And then when he comes to my tree, then I will come out. Like Sita, coyishly I will stand there and look at him. What he says, what he does, let us see. Now that is what she decided. And she changed her form into Sita form. And she was waiting. And Ram is crying, one tree, two trees, so many trees gone. Now he has come to this tree. Here again, same thing. Hey tree, what you have? Did you see my Sita? Where is she gone? Like that he is crying. Then slowly, Sita, that is Parvati, original Parvati, she came outside. And she was standing there quietly. Ram's eyesight fell on Sita, alias Parvati. Now, she thought, seeing Sita, he will come running to her. Exactly, he came running to her. He was very fast, practically running to her. And just about 3 feet distance, he stopped. He had that big bow and the arrows are tied here. He put the bow down on the ground and he knelt and he put his 2 palms together and said, "Oh Mother Parvati, why are you alone in this forest? Where is Mahadev?" Finished there. Parvati's doubt was cleared. An avatar Purusha, as I told you, does not tell every time, I am avatar, I am great, I am godly person. No. At some time when the incident occurs, he comes out with this. That's what happened. When Vyasa and Valmiki could not decipher who you are, when Vyasa and Valmiki could not exhaust your glory to that person, about that person, what this little mind can say? This incident, these wordings of Girish immediately triggered his immediate awareness of his divinity. And he went into a state of superconscious state, as we call it. In spiritual life, we call that superconscious state. In superconscious state, you know everything. Your mind becomes one with the cosmic mind. So everything he knows. And whoever comes and asks him, he is ready to give. And that's what happened. Everyone started seeking from Ramakrishna, "Oh Thakur, please give me this, please give me that." And he said, "Okay." And what did he bless them? He took his hand up and blessed them. Just beautifully, Tomara Chaitan, Tomader Chaitanya Hog. Tomader Chaitanya Hog. It means, may you be enlightened. This is the advice, this is the Ashirvad, or this is the blessing that he gave. And immediately people felt a beautiful experience, feeling in their heart of hearts. Each one got transformed. This Vaikuntana Sanyal was there. He has been thinking long that when I meet Master again, because his body is deteriorating, he's having cancer, he may leave the body anytime. So before that I must catch him one day and ask him for an experience. What is that experience he wanted? He wanted to see Ramakrishna everywhere. That's all. That was his desire. So on that day, on 1st January, on that day at 3:30, when he fell at his feet, he got up and said, "Oh Master, give me that experience where I can see you everywhere." Seeing God everywhere, you must have known, in the Gita it comes. So he wanted that experience. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna blessed him and he had that. He started seeing Ramakrishna everywhere. He is walking by the road. He is seeing the buildings as Ramakrishna, the lamp post as Ramakrishna. He goes into house. He sees his wife as Ramakrishna, his children as Ramakrishna, even water as Ramakrishna. He couldn't take bath. He couldn't eat rice because there is no rice for him. It is Ramakrishna sitting there. Such a affair it became. 3 days, his wife thought that my husband has become mad. She ran to Ramakrishna in Kashipur. She said, what have you done to my husband? He's seeing everywhere Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna smiled. Did I give you on my own? He wanted that. So I blessed him. If you think that is a problem for you, I will withdraw it, don't worry. And then when she came home, she became normal. So that is the thing. When a person of that class, Paramahansa class, becomes so elated and so self-aware of a divinity, he can give you anything. Now, strange thing is that people came and asked him, and he gave them the spiritual welfare. But if you ask for a house, if you ask for a wife, if you ask for any other thing, I do not know whether he has given or not, because nobody has asked anything. They were not in that mood. They all asked for spiritual life. Somebody said, I want to have a good dhyana. I want to have good this. These are only spiritual things only they asked. So the whole thing was looked by the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna also were there at that place. But none of them came nearer to Sri Ramakrishna and asked anything. Only the householder disciples were there with him. They were all busy because Ramakrishna has come down, so they were taking out his beddings, cleaning the room, etc. They were doing service there. So none of them could come here. Swami Saradanaji, whose birthday is there today, and he writes in his book, Sri Ramakrishna, the Great Master. It is a wonderful compendium on Sri Ramakrishna's life, a masterly written book. Every incident of Sri Ramakrishna, he brings out the quotations from Shastras to prove that what is that. And he analyzes every incident. So when he was analyzing this, he said, people call Sri Ramakrishna Kalpatru. Kalpatru of Indra's tree, you go and ask anything. It gives. Not only spiritual things. You ask any other things. Food also you ask, it gives you. But then you must go near to it and then ask. Then it will give you everything. But there is a danger in Kalpatru. Sri Ramakrishna himself later explains this. He says, one fellow was somehow lost his path in the jungle. So moving here and there, 3 days over, he has not taken any food. And he was very hungry on that day. And he's coming here, everywhere. He has got no rasa to go away now. How to come back to his home? He doesn't see anything. So at one place he was standing and a big tree was there. And looking at the tree, he's thinking, what is this? 3 days I have not eaten food. If I can get a food. Immediately the food packets arrived from the tree. So he knew this is Kalpatru tree. Hey, in this jungle there is a Kalpatru tree. That means I can ask whatever I want. So he nicely had the food, etc. Now it's getting sunset and it is becoming cold. So he said, I am feeling cold. So why not I have a house? So he went to the tree again. He said, oh Kalpatru, make me a house here. Immediately a beautiful mansion was made. Immediately, Kalpatru gives immediate. There is a mansion. So he goes inside, all the 5-star facilities are there. He nicely slept. So 1 month gone. Every day he is taking food from the tree. So nobody to cook, nothing to do. And he was very happy. Suddenly he thought, yeah, I am all alone in this house. Why not I have a wife for me? So he went to Kalpatru and asked, please give me a wife. Immediately one beautiful damsel was there. So he married her and he stayed quietly. Now the life was going on okay. It's all happiness. One day he was standing near the Kalpatru and he's telling, hey Kalpatru, I was suffering for food. You gave me food. I didn't have a place to put my head and you gave me a mansion. And I didn't have anybody to serve me. You gave me a wife. But if a tiger comes now and eats away, the moment he said this, a tiger appeared and simply ate him. So, Sri Ramakrishna says, Kalpatru tree is good. It gives you whatever you want. But do you know what to ask? When you come to shrine, you sit here and do prayer. And you pray to Master. Oh, Master, give me this, give me that. Everybody does. Even we also do that. Please give me this, give me that. But Master, will he give whatever you ask? No. There are devotees who have come and told me, see, my whole family is initiated in Ramakrishna mission. My father, mother, my father's mother's parents, they were all initiated. But then, I am so long, I am devotee. 30 years I am initiated. And my whole family is initiated in Ramakrishna mission. We come to shrine and then pray. But Ramakrishna never gives what I want. What's the matter? He knows what is good for you, what is bad for you. If you ask anything and he gives you, and what will happen to you?
It's good for you.
One fellow went and asked Jesus, Jesus, I am very, very poor. I want to stay on the notes. Thousands and thousands of euros must be there. I must be seated on that. So much wealth I should have. He got a job interview and he was selected as a bank teller. So go on counting notes. Whole day, 8 hours, he's counting the notes and notes and notes. He got the notes. So you go and ask God anything and God will not give you. Because you are spiritually inclined, because you have got devotion to God, it's God's responsibility to take you proper road. So whatever you ask, you will not be given. Ask, they shall be given. That is true. But if it comes, the rest of the story is yours. You have to see that how you are going to manage it. Sometimes he gives also. What is not required, you ask, and he gives. And then what you will do? In South Africa, there is a big news. It became a very big news item. One fellow, black in South Africa, he got a lottery. Such a huge 12 million rands lottery. And he was informed. He took the lottery ticket and saw the number. Exactly, it is tallying with the television number. I have got the first prize, 12 million I have won. In that exuberance, his heart stopped. Now what you will do? So you ask for the lottery money. The lottery money came to you. Definitely, God has given you. But you are not fit to enjoy that lottery money because that sufficient karma is not there behind you. So wherever the karma is not there, they have not been done, the effect you cannot take it in your hand. Whatever you have done, that only can come with you. So these are some of the truths we find in Vedanta. It discusses that how that simply you say, okay, you come and pray, come and pray. It's very easy to say. So we all go to temples. Hundreds and millions of temples are there, whether it is Hinduism or Christianity or anything. You go to the temples and they say, ask, that's what they say. They tell that you go and ask. Take a basket of one fruit and one agarbatti, one karpur and give to that God and ask something. It has become a business now. But then, whatever you ask, do you get in your life? There is a need for self-introspection. Understand, do you get what you want? There are certain things you asked, you didn't get. You have been saved because you are spiritually inclined. This is what is so. Ramakrishna did not give anything as the Kalpatru tree. So Saradananda says, people simply call Sri Ramakrishna Kalpatru. He was not actually Kalpatru because he did not give whatever you wanted. He only chose what is needed for you. So there is a difference between what I want and what I need. If I need certain things, he will send it. If I want something, he may grant, sometimes he may not grant. You have got no complaint about that because you are wanting. But whatever your need is there, it will come automatically. One day I finished my toothpaste. Completely it is over. Then I thought, okay, in the evening I will tell Swami Purnananda and let us go to this shop and then get it. Because whom you will tell, all the devotees are busy weekdays. Everybody is busy. If I tell somebody is there to purchase and bring it here, that will take 1 hour, 1.5 hours. It's a wastage of time. Just go here and take one toothpaste. It's very easy. Like that I was thinking. And then evening one lady came from Calcutta. She gave me a gift bag. I opened, there is a toothpaste. So, if it is your need, he takes care of it. In Gita, Sri Krishna says that if you think of me all the time, then all your needs are met. I become the Vahak. I take on my shoulders and take you. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. The word he uses, Vahami. Vahami is carrying, not giving. I carry for you. I will tell you a beautiful story. Another 5 minutes are there. Okay?
Yes.
So that story goes like this. One Jagannath Pandit was there. He was a great devotee of Sri Krishna. He always thinks of Krishna. And there goes going on, life is going on. He has got a wife and 2 children. But he is in abject poverty. People stopped calling him for house puja. So he was not getting any dakshina. You know, the priest, they have to be given some dakshinas. Why you want to give dakshina to them? Because they are doing a work for you. You are supposed to do the puja on your own. Because you do not know the vidhi, so you are calling a pandit who knows the vidhi. So that pandit has to be honored. He has to be given some dakshina. I remember one pandit, we didn't give dakshina. So we had to give it. So that
Pandit is sitting over here. Yes.
But this pandit may not take it. So that dakshina has to be given. So, and nobody called him for puja. So what happened? So he was abject. He cannot go and beg anybody. Because that higher caste, I am a Brahmana. I cannot go and beg anybody. I shall not do it. If it comes by the God's grace, I will eat. Like that, that is the... But he is very good devotee of Sri Krishna. Always carries a red pen, which he keeps here. You know, in the ear, here many people keep in India. I don't know whether you have seen that or not. It will be very interesting. The writing pen, now you put your pocket here.
Yeah.
But here they put it.
The tailors also.
They call you conductor style.
Yes, the conductor style.
Carpenters also easy.
So you keep it there. It's a very nice place, so it won't go anywhere, and you remember it is here.
Yeah.
Then this Pandit had kept his pen, red pen, because Pandits write in red color. So red pen he has kept. And he went on that day, he was so sad. 1 week, there is nothing in the house. 3 days, the children are suffering and they are starving. And he could not provide his wife and children food, which is the responsibility of the householder. Has he not married a girl, brought her from another family? Should he not give her food and clothing and space to stay? It is your duty, bounden duty. So he could not perform that. So he was very sad. He went to the riverside and sat under a tree and was cursing Sri Krishna. Hey Krishna, you made my life so different, and I cannot take care of my family. And what I am going to do now? What you have promised in Gita is a false promise. He took the Gita, opened that. Is written, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. I carry your burden. You are not carrying my burden. So this is wrong. So he took the red pen and struck off that line. And he closed it and lay down. The beautiful breeze was coming. The river water is going. In that beautiful sound, he slept away. And he got up at 4 o'clock. Sun has to set within 1 hour. And he found what I have done. Today also I didn't earn anything. So with a sad face he is going, now how to face his wife? She must be like a volcano. So it is very difficult to face a woman who is angry. And that is what happened when he went there, expecting that, a fury. But then she was standing there. Not only she was standing, the 2 children were standing with her. And they were all in new dress. He was stunned. And he went nearby. And the lady from the distance saw him, seeing him, calling him, come here. All the food is ready. And I want to feed you and we want to have together food today. Come, so many days we didn't eat. And then he went, washed his hands and feet, and then he sat there And they all sat together and she was serving him so many items. It is like a big feast. While eating, slowly he's looking at his wife, and when her exuberance little subsided, he asked her, "Hey, tell me, from where this food came?" She said, "Don't make a drama here. You only sent these things. Don't make a drama." He said, "I sent." Then he remembered, I went to that tree and then I went and lied down there, slept and got up and came. I did not see anybody with these so many items. Neither I sent anybody. How it can happen? Slowly he started inquiring her. Then after the food, he said, "Look, my dear, you must tell me what has happened. Don't think that I am playing with you. I am not playing with you. Seriously, I am telling, I do not know anything of this. Tell me how it came." Then she said, 2 young boys came of 10, 12 years old. The 2 boys carried a basket full of these items. They came, knocked the door, and I opened them. That boys said, "Mother, we have got some things for you." I said, "What?" "There are so many things are there. We can't list you, but so many things are there. You see yourself." "Who sent this?" "The Pandit ji sent." Pandit told us, "Go and hand it over to his wife." "So we have come. Please take it." So we took that 2 baskets and the boys went away. Then he asked, when the boys brought these 2 baskets, "Did you not ask something? Will you take something?" She looked at him so ferociously. "What is there? Our kitchen is empty. To my own children I am unable to feed. And you are telling what I should have given them. There is nothing in the kitchen." Now only these all came. But they said they will go away. So they went. Then he asked, "Can you tell something more about these 2 boys?" 2 things I can tell you. One boy was blackish, darkish color. Another boy was very, very fair color. Immediately this Pandit started thinking, who these 2 can be? Then he said, another significant anything did you see? He said, yes. The white complexion, the fair complexion boy was the elder boy. He took the basket on his own and kept it on the ground. But the younger dark complexion boy could not take that basket. It was heavy. So I went and helped him and put it down. At that time, I noticed something in that boy. His pagadi, where the cloth turban was there, it fell down. So I took the turban and gave him and looked at his forehead. There was a line of cut on the skin and the blood drops were coming. Immediately I took my sari and tore it and then wiped that with water. And I asked him, "My son, such a beautiful face you have, and who did this atrocity to you? Who hurt you?" He said, "Don't worry, this will all go away." And he took the turban again and they left. Then Panditji was stunned. He says, "I took that red pen and struck off the sentence, Yogatshemam Vahamyaham." I struck off. It has gone to Krishna's head because of dark complexion. And the elder one is Balaram, who is fair complexion. So Krishna and Balaram came today to our house and to give these things. What a mistake I did. I thought God does not listen to me. And I struck off the promise. The promise he made is false, I said. How foolish I am. And hey Krishna, hey Balaram, you carried my burden today and brought all these things. He was in copious tears. When the wife heard it, she also was feeling so bad. So it says that when God promises you, He does. He actually comes to you in different ways and promises your needs. But if you had wanted a car, perhaps He would not have given. But this was the need for them, so He fulfilled the need. God always looks into your needs. Whatever you need, at the right time it will come. So don't worry. So if that is so, why should you ask God? So you don't need to ask. So the Vaishnava scriptures say, don't ask God, give me this, give me that, etc. It's useless to ask. Because what is needed, He is going to give you. And what you want as a form of desire, that is not going to be given. So what is the meaning of asking? Rather, sing the glory of God. Say, oh God, you are such a wonderful thing. You have got so much glories. By singing the glory of God, we keep the God in our mind, and that settles all our, the mind, we say, it is in the head. And the heart is in the here, we call it. So this is heart and this is brain. So the brain and heart, there's a lot of difference. When you inculcate the grace of God on your head, slowly it percolates all through your body and goes up to the feet. So the prayer, the efficacy of prayer, Sri Ramakrishna says, don't make unnecessarily ask something and then you are into trouble, like that man, the forest man, how he got into trouble. Like that you should not have. So he says, Kalpatru is a beautiful term. We all worship, but then the devotees cannot leave that. They say, Saradananda is a sannyasi, he is a monk. So he has said like that, but for our devotees, for us devotees, Sri Ramakrishna really became Kalpatru. So we shall follow Kalpatru. And it has become a worldwide feature now. Everywhere Ramakrishna devotees celebrate Kalpatru. And that is a beautiful day today. And we welcome every one of you. And have a nice next year, 2020, be your one more step in the progress of your spirituality. That means whatever you have gained so far in your spiritual life, very good, nothing bad. But then you have to progress further. So this will be this 2020 is repeated, mind you. 2020 repeated. So that means we have to repeat all our sadhanas and then slowly proceed higher and higher. So for that, I seek the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.